Mario takes his first step into a world that forces us to consider the philosophical implications of mind control and free will. Nah, I'm just kidding. This game doesn't care at all about the repercussions of slavery. Hey everybody, Alex here for Nerdy Inc. coming at you with a review of Super Mario Odyssey. Mario makes his Switch debut in a game that expands his horizons in all sorts of new ways, so long as you're comfortable with the idea of sentient hats. It boasts a series of new worlds with a host of other abilities that come with taking control of various creatures in the game. It's been touted as a return to form for 3D platforming and a spiritual sequel to Super Mario 64. So, let's dig in. I'll point out up top that Super Mario 64 is my favorite Mario game. It was the first game I did a Let's Play of. Please don't watch it, it's terrible. And it's often been a go-to for me when I need a solid game to play. I found that each successive game in the series, however, dipped a little bit each time. Ultimately, I love 64 because of its delicate balance of exploration and platforming. The various levels are the same each time you enter the painting, so it's up to you to look around, remember the name of the quest, and see what you can find. Odyssey applies certain elements of this formula for sure. The levels are the same no matter what moon you collect, and the stages are ripe for exploration. The disappointing aspect of Odyssey is how unearned a lot of these moons are. With over 30 moons in each level, the game legitimately gives them out like candy. I found a moon buried in the trash of New Donk City. With a surplus of moons and a lack of focus to the quests, the game feels like less exploration, more like swinging for piñatas in a room full of piñatas. You're bound to hit a piñata by accident even if you're not even really aiming for one. But that's just my personal preference. How do the platforming and puzzles hold up? Well, the platforming is as solid as ever. Smooth camera work and well-defined objects make the platform clear to the player, even if the challenge in actually performing the task is still there. Some deceptively easy puzzles may even lull you into a false sense of security as you try over and over. This repetition rarely grows old. The marginal improvements make for a better sense of satisfaction rather than frustration. Whether you're scaling a wall as a bird or stretching over an expanse as a caterpillar, your catalog of moves and attacks grows in new and exciting ways. That being said, there's never much to really figure out with these possessions. When you get out of a warp pipe and you see a flying Goomba, you know, well, looks like I'm gonna need to fly. Again, personal preference here, I would have preferred for the game to include every single villain in one level, that way I had to figure out which ones actually apply and what do I have to do to solve the puzzle. Including only the necessary ones took a lot of the guesswork out of the game. That being said, this game has an incredible degree of longevity to it and certainly more replay value than a game like Breath of the Wild. I've currently acquired about a third of the stars and have cleared the first trial dungeon, and I have no intention of setting down the game anytime soon. Although it doesn't meet my personal hopes of matching the still peerless Super Mario 64, it's a worthy sequel and definitely an excellent entry into the Mario pantheon. Just try not to think too hard about any form of collective unconscious among Mario's victims.